Welcome back to the CSP Elite Baseball Development Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Cressey, and this is Pinch Hit Friday number 8. These have been kind of filler podcasts just to break up the pause between seasons on the podcast. We're actually stockpiling some content for this next one that'll get rolling with episode 200. So excited to bring that back to you. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about some shorter topics that I think are pertinent to the world of baseball development. And this week, I'm actually going to talk about something that's a little bit broader, but I think it's actually very timely because I'm actually recording this on November 21st. We are exactly a week out from Thanksgiving. And I'm going to basically talk about how I think ages 28 to 30 seem to be a tipping point on the nutrition front. So I should preface this by saying that there is absolutely nothing scientific about this statement I'm going to make. It's really just an observation I've made from several conversations with our pro guys over the winter in the past, and also my own experiences. In other words, it's purely anecdotal, but I also, consider that, I feel like I'm a pretty good study subject in this case because I was pretty in tune with my own nutrition for a really long time, having been in powerlifting in a sport where I had to maintain a weight class. But we all know that many young athletes seem to get away with just about anything they want to on the nutrition front. We hear stories about professional athletes who eat fast food 3 times a day and still succeed at the highest levels in spite of some of these nutritional shortcomings. But one thing I've noticed is that I hear a lot more observations about I just didn't feel good today, or my shoulder is cranky, or any host of other negative training reports in the days after a holiday. What's interesting about the pro baseball offseason is it includes Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve/New Year's Day, and Valentine's Day. And perhaps unsurprisingly, these observations about not feeling so great almost always come from guys who are further along in their career. And as I noted, it's something I've felt myself. So I think as a good rule of thumb, if you eat like crap, you're going to feel like crap. So on Black Friday, when guys come in to work out after Thanksgiving, they always seem to be just a little bit more banged up. I know there's the running joke about are we surprised that flu season takes place after the candy holiday, pie holiday, cookie holiday, alcohol holiday, and then another candy holiday before the booze holiday of St. Patty's Day. But I do think these are really important considerations. Why does it seem to be more prevalent in older athletes? I mean, surely there are a lot of possible explanations. More experienced athletes are usually more in tune with their bodies than younger ones. Recovery is a bigger issue as well, so they may not have as much wiggle room to work with as your younger counterparts do. Certainly older athletes, they have families, they have maybe more significant travel schedules, things along those lines. They're just more competing demands and the stress of competing at high levels that may magnify the impact of poor sports nutrition. Above all, though, I think the issue is that many young athletes with poor nutritional practices. And when I say nutritional, that's not just the food they eat. It's also hydration, things along those lines. They just have no idea what it's like to actually feel good. They might throw 95 miles per hour or run a 6.460, but they actually don't realize that their nutrition is so bad that they're actually competing at 90 to 95% of their actual capacity for displaying and sustaining that athleticism. So it's only later, once they've gotten on board with solid nutrition, that they have something against which they can compare the bad days. So again, this is purely a matter of anecdotal observations that may seem timely given that it's November and we're coming up on a lot of those months where people can really put away some bad calories. But as I've written before, everyone is invincible until they're not. So as coaches, I think it's our job to make athletes realize that the youngest age possible, the profound difference that solid nutrition can make. We can't just sit around and insist that they'll all come around when they're ready, as that revelation, may be too late for many of them. So as you approach the holidays here, by all means, have fun, have a good time, but do appreciate that, when athletes do kind of let this stuff linger, instead of just having one meal, all of a sudden it's a cookie every day for a month and a half. These things kind of start to creep up on them. So I think it's always good to have conversation with athletes tactfully. Don't ruin the fun, but at the same time recognize that, athletes at 30 can't quite get away with what they did in their teenage years. I'm 43 now, and I definitely can't get away with eating some of the things that I ate when I was younger. So I always try to tactfully pass those lessons on to the next generation of athletes. Regardless, have a happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by AG1, the most comprehensive NSF certified for sport daily nutritional supplement I've ever tried. With so many stressors in life, it can be difficult to maintain effective nutritional habits and give our bodies the nutrients they need to thrive. As a father of 3 young kids and a co-founder of multiple businesses in multiple states on top of still being an avid exerciser, I know that busy schedules can really take their toll on us. Whether it's poor sleep, exercise or life stressors, environmental factors, or simply not eating enough of the right foods, we can often wind up deficient nutritionally. This is where AG1 can really help. It's a game-changing nutritional insurance policy. They simplify the logistics of getting optimal nutrition on a daily basis by giving you just one thing with all the best things. That's why I use it daily, as do several of my family members, and we recommend it to a lot of our top athletes. One scoop of AG1 contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients that work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet to support energy, focus, digestion, and recovery. And this can all happen for less than $3 per day and without taking multiple products. While most nutritional supplements come to market and stay stagnant, AG1 continues to obsessively improve this one holistic formula based on the latest research, producing over 50 improvements in the last decade alone. They invest in the most absorbable and natural source of each ingredient and go above and beyond in third-party testing to ensure their customers continue to receive the highest quality and best tasting nutrition habit on the planet. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free, it'll work for you, and it contains less than 1 gram of sugar per serving. They put 75 ingredients through the rigorous NSF certification test to come up with a safe formula that's trusted by some of the world's top athletes, including many of our own at Cressey Sports Performance. Right now, AG1 is giving our listeners a special offer of 10 free travel packets with their first purchase. Just head to drinkag1.com/Cressey and claim this special offer. These travel packets are perfect for supporting your immune system, energy, and gut health while you're traveling for games, training, or simply on the go. They can be great counterbalance to the less than ideal on-the-road food options that are out there for a lot of our traveling baseball players. So if you want to bridge the gap between deficient and optimal and give yourself the best chance of getting nutrient diversity, head to drinkag1.com/Cressey to get 10 free travel packets with your first purchase. Again, that's drinkag1.com/Cressey, Cressey. You won't regret it.